Friends, a very warm welcome to all of you on our channel. This is not just a YouTube channel, but it is a place where you will start seeing your entire life in a completely new way. Here we don't tell success stories or common motivation. We talk about the real struggles that every human goes through, but often fail to understand that. Sometimes it feels like I am choosing the safe path. Still, inside, the mind is not completely satisfied. If you have ever felt like this, then understand that this place is made just for you, because here we will speak openly about. With every chapter, you will start understanding yourself a little better. And maybe by the end of this journey, you won't be the same person who is listening to this today, so get ready. What is about to begin is not just an audio book. If you want to listen to this video further, please like the video now. It gives us a lot of motivation and we can bring even better content for you. So let's get started. Chapter 1. Have you ever wondered? When the whole house is sleeping at 2 in the night, you keep looking at the ceiling thinking the same thing again and again. I wish I had taken a little risk at that time, then how different my life would have been. Maybe you have experienced this too. Left a good job or opportunity just because it didn't seem safe. Suppressed a business idea in your mind because what if it fails? Or didn't express your true feelings in a relationship because. But deep inside, a faint voice keeps echoing. Maybe I could have done more. This is the real game of risk. The fear of taking risks decreases, but the regret of not taking risks is much more. There was a boy. Then the same old question comes up, what if I lose everything? And every time he convinces himself now is not the right time. Years passed, salary increased, but that inner feeling never changed. One day he saw his junior. That junior had worked very hard in the beginning, people even made fun of him, but today he was standing exactly where that boy wanted to be. At that moment, he realized that fear was not holding him back. He was stopping himself. We all make this mistake. But in reality, what we are avoiding is uncertainty, the fear of losing control. And because of this, we create an illusion that staying safe is the smartest thing to do, but the truth is different. Staying safe definitely protects you, but slow. The real risk is taking the first step in the direction where your heart is leading even if the path isn't completely clear. Like speaking on stage for the first time, starting work on a new idea for the first time, or stopping thinking for the first time. These small risks gradually change your entire identity. Now ask yourself, are you really safe or are you just stuck in old habits? Because most people are not afraid of danger but afraid of change, and here lies the risk doesn't come to break you, it comes to show you how capable you really are, and maybe the biggest regret of your life won't be what you tried and failed at. The biggest regret will be what you never tried. Have you ever noticed when you get a new opportunity, a new job, a new idea, or a big decision, you don't say yes immediately? You pause, start thinking, and tell yourself, not now, first get a little stable. But inside, something keeps pulling you repeatedly. I need to do something of my own. He made many plans, watched courses, wrote ideas, but every time one thought came and stopped everything. What if this comfort is gone, then the same daily routine, office? But nothing was exciting. You have experienced this too, right? When there is no big problem in life, yet you feel an emptiness inside, like something very important is missing, but you don't understand what. Here, comfort. And the most dangerous thing is that it doesn't let you even realize that you are trapped. One day that girl talked to a friend. Her friend wasn't that stable, did not have a set way to earn. Sometimes work went well, sometimes not, but every day I am growing a little bit. That one line changed everything. That girl realized for the first time that she was not safe. She was just stuck in the same place. Same daily routine, same thoughts, same fears, and slowly the same. Growth always happens where you feel a little scared. There is a big difference between the two, and it affects your entire life. The main truth of this chapter is very simple. The comfort zone is a quietly laid trap. It doesn't let you fall, but it doesn't let you fly either. And when you are about to make an important decision and suddenly your heart starts beating very fast, your hands get cold, strange thoughts start coming in the mind. What if I fail? What will people think about me? And then you back out and later convince yourself that now was not the right time. There was a boy who loved public speaking very much. Every time he listened to or saw a good speaker, a different kind of spark ignited inside him. Everything was ready, the topic was good, the content was prepared, but as soon as it was time to go on stage, his heart started pounding heavily. At that moment he told himself, this is not for me, and he refused to speak. After that day, every time, like something very important slipped out of his hands. You have experienced this too, haven't you? When you know you could have done it but you did not even try. This is precisely when fear shows its real form. Fear does not stop you completely. Actually, our brain wants to protect us. It wants us to be safe, not fail, and avoid pain. That's why it treats every new opportunity as a threat. The problem is, if you keep following this signal every time, you will never move forward. He was not afraid of the stage, he was afraid that people would judge him. This is a big difference, because most of the time we are not afraid of the situation, we are afraid of the consequences of that situation. Think, when you are afraid of changing jobs, are you? Or is it that you fear what people will say if you fail? When you cannot express your feelings to someone, do you fear that person or fear rejection? Here it becomes clear that fear is not an enemy. Fear is a That fear gradually becomes your strength. Going on stage for the first time, starting your business for the first time, expressing yourself openly for the first time, initially you will feel fear, but each time you take action, that fear will lessen very little. Fear is not stopping you, you are running after it without understanding it. Chapter 4. Have you ever made a decision that seemed very bold and courageous at the time, but after some time, when the results came, you thought, oh, what have I done? Then you tell yourself that taking the risk was wrong. But the question is, was the problem in the risk or something else? There was a boy, he suddenly quit his job without any planning, without good savings. He just had one thought, to money started running out, stress increased, and the enthusiasm turned into all stress. Now two emotions were in his mind. First, I wish I hadn't taken the risk. Second, maybe I wasn't ready. You must have experienced this too, when they think that all risks are dangerous, but in reality every risk is not the same. A small difference changes the entire game, and that difference is the one between risk and negligence. Risk is when you understand what can happen. Negligence. He just took a leap in the dark, and we all make this mistake at some point. Someone starts a business without understanding the market. Someone makes an investment just by seeing others. Someone commits negligence without really. It is when you know what the worst-case scenario could be and are mentally prepared for it. Like making good savings before quitting your job, doing small experiments before starting a business, or learning. One person suddenly starts lifting heavy weights because he wants quick results. Another person moves forward slowly, learns the correct form, keeps patience. Is the first person taking a risk or hurting himself? The real game is awareness, clarity, and the right intention. Before taking a risk, you should not think about what will happen. You should think about, if something goes wrong, can I handle its consequences? Because the right risk will take you forward. That moment's feeling is not only sadness, it is a mix of shame, doubt, and brokenness inside. And then one thought keeps coming repeatedly: I can't do this. There was a boy who had very carefully started his small business. This time he didn't take any decision without thinking. He did good planning, market research, kept some savings, everything seemed right, but still, after 6 months his business closed. The day he closed the shutters, people started saying, see, he took a risk, didn't he? And slowly he himself started accepting that maybe I am not made for this. This is the biggest illusion created. We take failure as the end, like the game is over, nothing is left. But is that really the But this time there was a big difference. Now he had a better understanding of the market. He had understood customer needs by experiencing it himself. One day his boss gave him a new project. He used the ideas he learned in that business on that project. This time the project was very successful, and for the first time he realized that his failure was not in vain. Here the real truth emerges: failure takes you. I failed, slowly turning into I am a failure, and from here most people stop themselves. Ask yourself one question: if you had never tried, would you have learned all this? The answer is no, in fact, risk. But in that failure lies all the information that takes you to the next level. Remember a small example: when you were learning to ride a bicycle, did you fall on the first day? Did you consider that fall a failure and stop riding? Then why do we behave so differently with big decisions? Because here ego gets involved, people's opinions get involved, and we fear appearing to fail more than actually failing. The main idea of this chapter is that failure is not the end, failure is a. The most powerful moment will be when you stop doubting yourself even after failing. Friends, if this entire journey has touched you somewhere, don't let it end here. Such things are easy to hear, but making them your reality. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next chapter, and if you feel that some other friend also needs this, then share the video. Thank you very much for accompanying us on this entire journey. See you again soon.